I'll start telling everyone that I need to hear more G's.
I think that you have the potential to really become quite a star. I really do.
Oh,
I
well, thanks.
say it. I say it every time I'm around you. That's how you make me feel.
Oh, that I do. I appreciate that a bunch. I'm glad it's, you know,
But you're,
not terrible. That's my big accomplishment. I'm like, oh, it's not the worst. That's great.
you're a humble guy and you're so nice. And so I hope a lot of good comes your way. I'm just saying.
Oh, well, well, I'd be lying if I said I hope good didn't come my way too. But I mean, so thanks. Back at you, I guess,
So,
Yeah.
Facebook people, none of you are here in the little chat room yet, but I'm keeping my eye out. So if you pop into the chat, type something, type a question, say hello to Barry, say hello to me. Oh, we got a thumbs up from somebody.
That's
Well,
fantastic.
let us, there's one person watching. Let us know who it is. Maybe it's Barry.
Yeah.
So all along the way, oh, it's Mark Andrew Chacon.
Awesome.
Hi.
Hey, what's the
Thanks.
word?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let me say hello to everybody, including Mark Andrew Chacon. Comic Spot was started so that you guys at home, some of which have your pants on, can get to know the comics and see if you like them. See if you want to help their careers. See if you want to go see them do comedy. That's what this is about. It's for you at home in the chat. So pay attention to who this guy is and say to yourself, do I think he's funny? But I want to help. Who is he on social media? Is he nice? Is he nice? And find out through the interview if you think you want to support his career. That's the whole point of the interviews. Okay, so are you at home on board? Yeah, and Mark Andrew probably left by now. We've got 2 people watching. Ooh, wow, 2.
Yeah.
Woo. So let us know who's out there and ask some questions, you guys. It'll make it a lot livelier and it'll keep me awake. I need a reason to stay awake.
Yeah.
So today, Comic Spot, this is interview 934. And yeah, and Comic Spot is sponsored by 2 sponsors. The Veterans of Comedy, that's a comedy troupe I'm part of. It's for military veterans who are doing comedy. So here's the deal. If you people at home ever want to hire someone who used to serve our country and they're now serving up jokes, go to Veterans of Comedy, look through all the boring comedians and hire me. Got it? Okay, no, just hire who you want. And then the other sponsor is a local Vegas comedian named Dawn Reese. She gives me bottles of water. It's called Living Water. I've never read any of it. You don't want me studying. I don't study good. Just look up Living Water, Dawn Reese, and support what she's doing. She's doing amazing work in the world through water. That's all I know. Yeah. So now I get to introduce somebody who is a delight. And that is, oh my gosh, when I say he's a delight, I really mean it, because he cracks up audiences just standing there. He doesn't have, people that just they don't have to do anything. They just are. That's who this guy is. He just stands there, just like this picture shows. He just stands there and looks at people and just kind of, and he gets you with his first joke. He does. He's laughing because he knows what joke I'm talking about. He's so funny. And I love him. He's a star. He's going to be a star, you guys. Bank on it. He's too humble to say it, so I'll say it. Let me try to read you this intro. I'm old, so just bear with me. All right. Barry Corcoran is a stand-up comedian that grew up in Las Vegas.
It's true.
He can be seen performing around town in Las Vegas and in mirrors.
That's where I can sing it.
He also likes watching TV sometimes. He also hopes to get better at writing bios about himself in the future. I think that was what he gave me as an intro. Am I right, Barry?
That's my intro, yeah.
See what I
think it's
mean?
good.
He's just so humble and he's just in the moment with you and you're gonna love him. Do you have any videos of your comedy on YouTube or anywhere people can go watch?
I mean, I guess technically not really. I don't really have anything uploaded, you know? I don't want to bother people. Like, I don't want to be like, hey guy, you gotta come over and like watch this thing, you know? So it's like, no, not really. I don't know. I don't really post anything.
Oh my gosh, his video, if your videos need to be online for people to see you because you're just a star in the making.
Well, that's nice of you. I mean, yeah, I mean, well, thanks. I mean, I know that, yeah, everyone's always telling me, you know, you got to try and like figure out like Instagram and like whatnot and stuff, you know, but it's tough, you know, because it's like, I'm trying to focus on like stand up and stuff, you know, so then all that other stuff kind of like takes away. I try to get a tunnel vision towards the stand up. So that way, so like it's tough to focus on anything else, but also me just not posting anything. It might just come down to laziness, to be honest with you, because I gotta send it to my computer, then upload it from there. Oh, it's gonna take like 10 minutes. I don't know.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you want me to stand in the back room and tape you and put it on my YouTube and send it to you so you have it, I will, because I think you're worth it.
Oh, well, thank you. That is very sweet of you. Yeah. I mean, you're not sure. Why not? It's all yours. You can just have it. Yeah.
Next time I see you, I'll do it for you. And then you can strip it off my YouTube and have it for yourself.
Perfect. I love stripping things off.
You're getting tired of stripping off copper wire, huh?
Yeah, well, it's my passion, you know, so I don't know.
So let's talk a little bit about you, Barry Corcoran, my guest today. Barry, you're in Vegas right now. What part of Vegas do you live in?
Well, I live in like the more like kind of like the Henderson area, you know, with the place that everyone hates, you know. That's where I go home to. Yeah, I'm just kind of like there a bunch of the time, but I don't know, I'm never home. So it's like the worst. It's like, why do I even have an apartment here if I'm never even gonna go back to it, you know, because you work in the day and then you go out at night and then you get home around like 11 or midnight. It's like, all right, well, I could just do this in my car. I don't need this apartment.
So every time I've contacted you, you've said, I'm at work. What kind of work do you do? You're always at work.
I know it's busy. I'm like an assistant to another comedian, kind of, you know, like well, not kind of. I guess I just am. Yeah, so like, you know, he'll like get jokes at like, I know, so you know how like normally like if you think of a joke, you like put in your notes and stuff, and then you like work on it later. What I do is sometimes he'll like text me like his joke ideas, you know, and they come in from could be 2 a.m, you know, I don't know what he gets up to. But that's where a lot of the jokes come in, and then I'll like type them up for him, and then we work on them, and then various other stuff. But that's what I get most excited about, I suppose.
Oh, that's super cool. So that practice with the other comedian probably helps sharpen your skills.
Oh yeah, like totally, because I mean, I think in part, you know, when I first kind of like came on board with him, I didn't really know how to like structure kind of like jokes really or anything, you know. And I mean, I still don't, but I'm trying to, you know, figure it out. But it's cool to be able to like not only be able to read how he like lines it all up and like structures kind of like it into a narrative and whatnot, but then also see how it goes from just, you know, a thing that he thought up in the middle of the night to something that he does on stage. It's like the first time I saw that process, I was like, oh wow, okay, so that's different than what I thought it was going to be like, you know.
Wow. Do you have to keep it under your hat who this person is?
No, not really. No, I guess no. It's do you know who Pauly Shore is? That character? Yeah, that's him. I'm at his house right now.
No way.
Yeah. Well, I
That's
guess
so cool.
That's
really cool that you get to help him.
Yeah, and it's cool. You know, he helps me a lot too. You know, he gives me stage time from time to time. You know, so that I get excited about that. But no, I mean, it's very helpful to be surrounded kind of in that world. You know, even when I'm not in that world, like, you know, as opposed to like, if I wasn't doing this, it'd probably be at like McDonald's or something. And what am I going to learn about? Well, you probably learn a lot about comedy from McDonald's too, so never mind. um, but yeah, it's just very it's cerebral, I'd say, you know, to be.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So Polly, his brother Eric is an employee in Portland, Oregon at the VA hospital. And that's where I came. I got hit by a drunk driver and I have a brain injury. And so I'm a psych patient, you know, all of a sudden I'm a psych. Life doesn't get any better than when you're a psych patient.
No, it's true. It's free food, I guess. We've all been there at one point or another.
You know, all of us boomers have been dropped on our head and licked lead paint. So what's a brain injury?
Yeah, lead paint. That sounds fun, I guess. Gonna give it a go sometime.
Yeah.
Mm.
So you grew up in Vegas, and when you grew up, like, are you a comic or are you a serious person who stumbled into comedy?
Um, I mean, it's tough to say for sure, you know, because it's like, I don't know. I hate to like kind of, I don't know. I guess I'd say I can be. I don't know. I mean, I'm like a person, you know. So it's like I can be serious sometimes, you know, and get nervous, and then I'm like, God, why am I so nervous? I'm like, I don't know. That's just how it is. But then there are other times when I'm like very extroverted, and I've always wanted to do stand up. I always kind of felt that was where I'd do it, but I was too scared for like so long, you know. I just didn't think I could. So I would do other things that would kind of like supplement it, like videos or like improv and stuff like that, because it was like, well, it's not stand up, but it's kind of close, you know, because you can hear people laughing. But a part of me always knew like, oh, I wish I could do that, you know. I just didn't think I could. But then actually, in part, kind of working with Polly kind of motivated me a little bit more to be like, okay, well, now I can kind of like take that risk to take it seriously. It kind of felt like the world kind of pushed me into it, you know, and I always wanted to. So
Absolutely. So you had, how long have you been doing comedy?
like stand up and stuff. I guess I mean, the first time I ever did it was probably like a year and a half ago, but I started doing it like seriously and weekly. I could probably still be doing it more seriously and stuff, but like since last uh, July or August or something, that's when I kind of really started going for it as much as like doing what I could with it. So since then, it's kind of just been what I think about a lot. Yeah. So August, I guess, is serious.
You know, I'm a strong supporter of who you are as a person and as a comedian. And I've watched you grow, and every week you have new jokes and new delivery ways, and you're just always perfecting everything. And my question is did anybody guide you into your persona? Because you came out swinging with a persona. Most people, it takes them 10 years to figure out their persona. You have one. Do you know that?
I mean, I guess kind of, you know, people say it's the persona, you know, but I feel like also in part, it's going to sound dumb, but I think that when I'm up there, like the most truthful I could be up there, you know. And I think it probably kind of developed over my whole life and stuff, because I always kind of did not stand up, but like tried to kind of like entertain and stuff. But no, I don't even try to do it. It's just the adrenaline kicks in, and then that's just how maybe it's just a panic response. Maybe it's just me breaking down up there emotionally, and that's why it keeps happening. So no, I mean, I don't know. For a while, I tried to go up and like act like super cool and confident, you know, but it just made everyone uncomfortable for some reason. And so how truthful can I be to myself? And I'm like, well, I guess I'm very uncomfortable. I'll just try not to hide it, you know? So some days I'm more uncomfortable, some days I'm less uncomfortable. And that's just, it's me leaning into the more side of what I'm feeling, I think. And so I think that's kind of why it comes off that way, because I'm not trying to like fake it, but then, you know, sometimes I'm just super cool and badass. So I don't know what to say. It's a little bit of back and forth.
What is it that what are you hoping, where are you hoping to go with your comedy career? Because I don't know if you noticed, I'm old and you're young.
Well, I wouldn't say that. I couldn't tell. I couldn't tell. And I don't know, old and young. I mean, who knows? Even if I'm young, I could still like die in like 2 days because planes crash and stuff. That's my big fear whenever I get on a plane. That's gonna crash. I don't think I'm alone in that. But wait, sorry, what was the question? I just got distracted. I was thinking about
What do
playing.
you want to accomplish? Because you're young, you're getting into the game very young, and you've got a lot of potential. You haven't even, you're so hilarious, and you haven't even tapped into, you got a persona, you've got delivery style, you've got likability. I mean, there's not a lot you don't have.
Oh, well, I mean, I don't, well, that's not true. I'm missing, I don't know. I can't find any girls that like me for some reason. That's one
Oh,
thing. No, it's
you
okay.
gotta
I
be
didn't do
kidding
that.
me.
Well, I don't know. Who knows?
You know
But
who, you know who you remind me of? The comedian that just died that used to be on Saturday Night Live. Do you
uh,
remember who that was? The S.
I'm thinking SNL just died. You're probably talking about Norm Macdonald, I'm guessing. Yeah. Yeah, I've never heard that before, them like him. But I mean, I think that's a very nice thing to say because obviously he's like one of the like one of the best and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, that's a nice thing to say because I don't know. I do watch like his specials and stuff like not all the time, but I've seen him all, and I've always like kind of liked him, and the Weekend Update too. I think the Weekend Update kind of really peaked around that era, because from my perspective, and I don't know what I'm talking about, so whatever. I noticed that I feel like it used to be a lot more just kind of like it was more about the jokes than the topics per se, like the topics were just kind of a medium to get to the joke. Now it kind of feels more, and I don't know, it's still good now, I guess, because people watch it and more people watch it than me, so they got to be doing something right. But it's kind of, I don't know, a little bit more political and shot taking, and it's kind of like it interests me a little bit less. But yeah, those old updates and stuff, that was all. I mean, I still go back and watch like all those from like Dennis Miller and yeah, everyone. So and Chevy Chase too. So it was like it's
Chevy.
crazy the progression of it too.
Yeah, I love, Saturday Night Live has been a roller coaster over the years, good and bad and the ugly.
That is true. That is true. I was never allowed to watch it growing up.
Oh, you're kidding.
No, my parents like sheltered me like all hell. It was ridiculous because they were
No
like,
way.
no, yeah, it's because I think part of it is because we were moving to Vegas, so they overprotected a little bit because of how crazy it can be. So I was never allowed. I remember all the kids in like 6th grade and 7th grade that I'll be talking about Saturday Night Live. Be like, hey, mom and dad, can I like watch, Saturday Night Live? And they'd be like, no, it's inappropriate and it starts at 11, whatever. And I'd be like, yeah, well, I'm gonna be in bed by 11, so I guess I don't really care.
Oh my gosh. And we didn't have, back when in the day, there was no way to tape it and see it later or talk about it at the water cooler, like you missed it. If you didn't see it, you missed it.
That's true. And now most people watch their stuff like just on YouTube, I guess. That's kind of how it grows. I Yeah, because I got the, Peacock. Have you heard of Peacock?
Yes.
The streaming service? I
Yes.
think it's a great name for a streaming service. Well, why would you name a streaming service after a Katy Perry song? That's ridiculous. I don't know. But yeah, so I got that. I was like, well, there's nothing on here except for Saturday Night Live, so I guess I'll watch that. And it's cool because you can like watch it and throughout all the years and stuff. And I noticed from what I think that in the older years, there used to be a lot more kind of like hit and miss, like there'd be some sketches and it's just like everyone hates this. Why are they even doing it,
Totally.
But found that exciting, But so with YouTube, it's kind of like you're able to narrow it down and just clip the perfect parts, which is it loses something, but it also elevates it. So I mean, I don't know. They're doing what they want to do, I guess.
Didn't Norm Macdonald say, I don't know a lot?
I don't know.
I think you did.
I guess that's possible.
So you can do stand-up and you do improv and you do comedy writing with your good friend and fellow comedian, Pauly Shore.
I'm a good friend. He's really a boss figure, and it's like he helps me with stuff from time to time, you know, but I wouldn't say that we're friends. We only hang out on weekdays for some reason.
Well, okay. So what else would you like to accomplish? You'd like to get on TikTok and that kind of stuff as time goes by and put out stuff. But like, in order to feel like you've accomplished everything you want to do in your comedy life before you get old and die like I'm gonna do, what do you have to do?
Um, I mean, I think that my biggest kind of thing is like, my big thing, I'm trying to like shoot for the bottom, you know? So that way I can't be sad later because, so my biggest goal is to be able to one day, you know, just be able to survive off of just doing stand up, I guess. That's my like, that's what I'm shooting for, you know? Because, and even that seems like a pretty high goal, you know, because it's like $20 and I guess you could make a lot of money on $20 because I started trying to invest in the stock market, but then I just lose it all. So it's like, I don't even know. Yeah, that's kind of my thing, but I like just being able to do it consistently and survive off of it. I guess that's all I really need, you know, but sure,
Yeah,
we can do other stuff, but I mean, I don't know. I try not to think about it and stuff because then it just makes me sad.
that's very smart. I
It's
think
bad to
it could
set
take,
goals.
yeah,
Never set
that's smart.
goals. I'm just kidding.
No, I think some people set such lofty goals that they're always stressed out.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. So I just found a way to be stressed out without doing that. So that's cut out the middleman.
Oh my gosh. If you took every $20 you got from a book or drink tickets and you sold them and take all that money and buy gasoline and hoard it in the backyard somewhere, you could be a millionaire because I think they're going to shut gas off pretty soon.
Oh God, that'd be
This thing,
weird. The whole
this
world
thing,
would fall apart.
the headlines say Barry Corcoran is the only one in Vegas with gasoline.
That's what I've been trying to do with the bees because I've been buying boatloads of honey because everyone says the bees are dying. So I'm just trying to stock up on that. Yeah, I don't even like honey, but I feel like it's going to be a hot commodity if what they say.
I love honey. Do you sell it?
Well, I don't know. I've never actually had it, but I mean, it's just I think it's good to have because the bees are really leaving. Everyone's going to want it, and I mean, I don't know what else the bees do, but honey feels like the biggest thing.
Oh my gosh. So where have you performed that you've really enjoyed?
Um, I mean, I guess it's like every place has had its unique thing, you know. Obviously, it's cool that Wise Guys is open up here, you know, and to have a club there. I'd
And
say,
they like putting you up early because you're such a strong opener.
yeah, well, I mean, I don't know. Sometimes I'm at the bottom too, so it's like, you know, I try not to take it personally because if I'm up early one day and I'm at the bottom the next day, I'm like, oh God, I guess I suck now, you know. So I try not to do that. But yeah, I mean, well, I mean, Wise Guys was cool. The coolest one I think was in February. I remember Paulie took me to like Bloomington, like Minnesota and stuff. You know, it was like at the Mall of America because he was doing shows there, and he gave me a couple guest spots there. I thought that was exciting because it's this big room, you know, and it was the first time that I'd like that. I mean, he had watched me like do really good there, you know, because it was like it was way tighter. So I was like that was validating for me in that sense because like maybe I could do this, you know, maybe I could do this. But
Yeah.
quickly turned around on that, you know. I don't want to be confident. That's my problem.
When you did the Mall of America, how did your sets go?
They went good. I mean, it was it was not I felt like it was I had it was crazy because I always get so nervous, you know, beforehand and stuff. And it's like for some reason I had like because weeks of doing I had like these jokes and they were tighter. So I didn't feel that worried at all because I'm like, well, I've done these jokes a million times now. It so I came in with this like new kind of sense of confidence. You know, I was like, wait, am I confident? I got to keep being confident. And then it quickly went away because I was trying to keep being confident. I got to stop thinking about things. But no, it was cool. And it was like a great, great opportunity for me, you know, because
Yeah.
I mean, who gets to go up in rooms like that? You know, it was a very fortunate, very fortunate thing. And, you know, if it never happens again, that's fine too.
Yeah. How many people do you think that were in that room?
I don't know. It felt like thousands, but it was probably like 200.
How many minutes did you do?
5. Yeah.
Good for you. Oh, that's fabulous.
Well,
What a great opportunity. Absolutely.
yeah. So that's I don't know, probably one of the highlights, But I also, I haven't been doing it that long too. So it's like the fact that that's happened is like I don't know. It's just it was nice of him to put me up, So I really appreciate it. I was like, hey, you don't have to pay me for today. Like just thanks, like
Wow.
just yeah, but he did anyway because he was being nice. But I
Oh,
yeah, but no, I would have honestly at that point just for the stage, I would have just worked. I don't even need to be. I need to be able to eat. That's my thing, because I'm gonna waste all the other money anyway somehow. So it's like I just need the minimum because I know. I don't even know where my money goes most of the time. It's just gone. It's like I go grocery shopping, get gas, and then a lot of impulse purchases that I want, and then yeah, I'm not.
what's your favorite thing to waste money on?
Um, I guess del- I like to deliver my like groceries to my front door. It's like an additional $20, especially when your order is only $20 anyway, because I'm just getting like bagels and stuff. So I'm paying double, but it's like, well, then I don't have to go 10 minutes to the grocery store. And then my dad checks my bank account and he's like, what are you doing going on Instacart for? And he gets all mad. And it's like, well, I don't want to walk up the stairs with water bottles. So it's worth the cost, I guess. But I also wasted on I don't know. I guess I like for some reason, even though you can get all movies for free, I keep buying them. I don't know why. It takes I I don't even know why. It's just because it's quicker, easier, but I'm like, oh, I've got $20, I'll do it. And I check my bank account, I'm like, oh God, I didn't have $20. That was a bad idea. But it's worth it to see Morbius, I guess, or whatever.
I always waste my money at Goodwill.
Goodwill.
Mhm.
I went to Goodwill once because I had these friends in high school and they're like, let's go to Goodwill. That sounds like a good time. I was like, whatever, I'm kind of a pushover. We'll do what you guys want to do. And then so we go into Goodwill and there was this giant teddy bear. I was so excited because I'd seen these giant teddy bears like in like grocery stores and stuff, and they're always like $60. I've always wanted them because it's a big thing and I like big things. So I wanted to get it. I didn't even want it, but I thought, well, I'll get it for my sister, because then at least I have it in the house and I can just have it there and just say it's for her. So found one at Goodwill, like this giant teddy bear. And then I was so excited to bring it home because it was like $5. And immediately my mom throws it away and she's like, there's bugs in it. And she's apparently it was a problem and it shouldn't have been sent around the house. So I never got another one.
Oh my gosh. So, what is it that people don't know about you? They would never know if you didn't tell us. What's something about you that people don't generally know besides going to Goodwill, getting a big teddy bear full of bugs?
Yeah, well, that's number one always. Yeah. Uh, there's like a million things, I guess.
Let's hear some.
Okay. Well, I'll try to make it. I'm not just gonna say my favorite colors and stuff because no one wants to hear that. But that's technically true. It's blue, if in case you were wondering, because now I said it. Uh, I don't know. I'm very impulsive, I guess. I'm kind of. I don't know. What don't people know about me? Here's the thing. I think people don't know things about me, and everyone's like, "Oh no, we see right through you. We know that. Like, okay, well, that's kind of embarrassing now that everyone does that because it was like I make a big deal. I'm like, oh, hey guys, I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know what I know about me. Um, I guess I like to watch TV sometimes.
What's your favorite TV show?
Well, I don't have a favorite TV. No, right now I've been watching the Larry Sanders Show a bunch with like that Gary Shandling one. Um,
Yes.
I don't know. When I start a show, I can't like because I watch TV for like nonstop for like a week, and then I won't watch it for like a month because so I have to find the thing I like, you know, but I've been watching the Larry Sanders Show a lot, so that's been good. So I started it and I was like, all right, maybe I can find another one. And so I just started again. I'm like, I'll just watch the first season, and then it ended again. So I was like, oh God, I've just watched that series twice in 2 days. So that's kind of embarrassing.
Wow. So who's your favorite comedian? I know you hear everybody ask it, but I want to know who do you, not that you want to be like anybody, but if you could be like somebody, like I would love to be Robin Williams for a day, like to be able to cut loose like that.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I really I admire, I guess I like the older guys a bunch too, because I know that they went through it a bunch when like comedy wasn't even really accepted, you know? So there's like a level of respect and admiration there, because now it seems like it'd be way easier because you go to a comedy club and everyone wants to hear jokes and stuff. And it's people know the format and stuff, but people didn't back in the day. So I guess, I mean, I've been trying to listen to like old Milton Berle stuff because there's not,
You
yeah.
have? Oh my gosh, now we're talking my decades.
Yeah, it's tough to find a bunch of it. Like I can barely find so much, but I'm like, how's this possible? Like one of the most iconic guys, I can find like 5 videos of him. But all these jokes, I mean, they're so like sharp and like quick and tight. So I respect that. And I don't know, I like Seinfeld a lot too, just because I really admire that they can get their writing and their jokes and stuff, you know, because I think hopefully I hope one day that I could get my level of writing to, you know, like a Seinfeld or like a Burl, or maybe a Steve Martin would be cool. I kind of like Steve Martin a bunch. I just watched his like special for the first time like a week ago, you know, because I'd only ever seen him by Cheaper by the Dozen. I was like, why does everyone care about this? You know, Cheaper by the Dozen. No one has 12 kids. It's not realistic. I watched his act. I was like, oh, maybe this is why people liked him, you know? So I liked him a lot. So I guess, I don't know. If I was going to trade places with one of them, I'd pick one of the living guys, the guys that are alive, just because it sounds boring on the other side.
Totally. It would be funny to be a ghost and come back and make a room laugh and they don't know where the jokes are coming from.
Yeah, if I was a ghost, I don't think I would try to like make them laugh, because I think now's my opportunity to like scare the hell out of people and get revenge and stuff, you know, because people like do mean things and it's like, you don't want to say anything mean back to them, but you're always thinking, you know, when I die, you know, then they have it coming, right? Maybe I'll just like leave it in a note or something, because whether or not ghosts are real, I don't know, but I'll just like leave notes and stuff, say, oh, it was like his fault somehow, you know, I don't know.
Oh my gosh. So do you have any upcoming gigs you want to tell people about to come see you?
I don't know. I mean, I guess I mean, I know I'm doing FITC and Friends in early July, I think. It'd probably be nice if I remembered the date, but I didn't. So no, I don't. Maybe I'll catch you around, I guess. I feel bad promoting stuff to people because I'm like, no one wants, it's like, because I don't know, it feels weird to promote it, like, you know.
You're just a humble guy. You're everyday kind of guy. You're humble, you're kind, and your life so likable off stage and on.
Oh, well, that's nice of you. You know, I mean, I wish my dad felt that way. Like, he doesn't. For some, he says I need to get, like, smarten up with my finances. He's like, what are you doing? It doesn't make any sense. So it's nice that people outside the family think that, because I go tell him that I was like, hey, Dad, you know, some people like me, you know. He's like, well, that's good. I do too, you know, but he just says it. I don't know if he means it. You know how dads are.
Family can be so, family keeps you humble, you know, like
Yeah.
when you need them to validate you, they don't.
That's true. That's true. They actually try and take me down, which is good, because then it's I don't know. I'm like the middle of like 2 sisters, you know. So I grew up, and it's like I mean, it was weird because I remember one time my dad came home when I was like 5, and they were painting each other's nails, and you know, I was doing something else. So they were like, Barry, come on, we're gonna paint your nails too. And my dad came home in the middle of that. He was like, what the hell are you doing? Like, don't be painting my son's nails. So That's what my family's given me, a lot of back and I never know what's right. They're always arguing about what I should be doing themselves. So just leave it for them to figure it out.
What's the best thing you've learned in comedy?
Um, I,
You make it so fun to get no answer.
it's tough. It's hard to have the answer because it's like I don't know what the right one is. Because what if I'm wrong? That would suck. That'd just be embarrassing later. Because if I say an answer now, I'm gonna look back in 10 years. I'd be like, "What the hell was I talking about? I shouldn't have said anything." I guess the best thing I learned is just to, I mean, I'm just trying to. I think it got easier for me to try and tighten things, like to start with a joke and then just keep working on it and keep tightening it, just to kind of have the kind of trying to fix it and make it better. So I guess just liking it. I don't know. I don't know what I'm learning. I just know that I keep doing it and it's happening. So I don't even really know what I'm doing, but sometimes people say it's good. Sometimes people say that it makes them want to never watch comedy again. And I say, well, that's fair too. It's a disrespectful to the art form, and that's fine. People have their opinions. So yeah, I feel like I'm just figuring it out still, kind of, I guess. Because I don't want to be one of those guys that says, hey, here's all the stuff that you need to do to be great. but I also suck, so that'd be a bummer. So I'd rather just suck and keep it to myself.
Oh my gosh, you are so like Norm Macdonald when you talk.
Oh God. Well, I guess that's cool, thanks.
Now you just need to find a way to get up on stage and make us wait 3 minutes for one punchline.
That's the goal, right? Just to, yeah, it's if I can find a way to make the audience feel insulted, like he's not even trying, like this is bullshit, then I'm gonna feel like, all right, well, that's great, I did it. No punchlines. That's what I'm gonna do. I forgot the question.
Don't worry about it. This has been derailed for about 10 minutes now. It's no big deal. Oh my gosh. So you'll be at 50 and Friends at Artifice. That's on a Tuesday night at like 8 o'clock. It starts whenever they get, around 8.
Mm-hmm. So one of the ones in July. So, that's 1 out of 4. So just take your pick.
You got a good shot at getting there on the right day, you guys. And worst case scenario, you can find him on Instagram. And your Instagram handle is your name, Barry Corcoran.
That's right. Yeah.
And do you have a Facebook?
Yeah, it's also my name, believe it or not. I tried to get creative and no one knew who I was. So I was like, I'll just keep it my name.
You're so down to earth. That comedy is just, it's just so, your comedy is so easy. It's just hilarious. And it's so refreshing because you're not trying to be something. You're just who you are.
Right. Yeah. I feel like that's all that's all I really can do, whether I like it or not, And most of the time it gets me into trouble. So that's no good. Everyone's always mad at me. So that's not everyone, just the people that matter. That's not true either. I'm lying. I forgot the question again. I have my train of thought just goes in weird places.
It doesn't matter. We're having fun and people have gotten to know you, and people will continue coming on here and they'll check it out on my YouTube, which is comedian Linda Marcus Smith. Shout out to myself. So people will see this, and I'll keep sending it out to different groups. So people I know will get to see you because I think you're a star.
Oh, well, thanks. I mean, that's nice. And back at you,
That's better than my twin brother who thinks I have shit for brain.
Oh God, he sucks. I don't like him. He's the worst. You a real twin? Seriously?
I really have a twin.
Oh, well, that must have been cool though, too.
In some ways, he used to, he didn't know how to read or write. Nobody knew it. And so he gave me his homework to do in 1st and 2nd grade. And I was like, that's kind of weird,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm slow. I didn't figure he didn't know how to read and write until about a year ago. I was like, I wonder if he doesn't know. Sure enough, he never learned how to read and write.
Yeah, well, Who needs reading or writing, you know? I guess as long as as long as you can read sign on the road, you know, the sign language, that's the most important sign language, the ones on the road, then you know where you're going.
You know what's really weird about him not knowing how to read or write, Barry? He worked on the pit crew for the NASCAR drivers in Portland, Oregon, and he didn't know how to read or write. He's changing tires and
I guess it would be a different skill set because me, on one hand, I can read and write, but I cannot change a tire to save my life. I have to. It's bizarre, and no one in my family has faith in me to do it either. You know, 'cause I was hoping that they'd be like, because the first time I got a flat tire, I had to call my dad, be like, "Hey, I got a flat tire," and a part of me was expecting them to be like, "Well, you can handle this yourself. You know, you don't live with us anymore. You're out on your own." But they were like, no, no. And my dad like left a meeting. He's like, he needs help. He can't do it himself. So I wish I could change a tire. Now I just leave the car, Uber home, and I say, I'll deal with it in the morning. I'll call one of your friends.
You have Amazon bring it up the steps so you don't have to go down and fix it. No,
That's
bring it up.
Service. Yeah, they should do that. Honestly, the companies that make the most money are the ones that take the things that you know, everyone hates to do, and they just do it for you. You know, that's what Uber was. People hated you know, calling on the phone, so now you just have to like tap it on your phone. So yeah, I think tire delivery is a great idea. I mean, you don't even have, you could probably just find a way to just roll it the whole way. You don't even have to pay much for delivery.
Thank you so much for a fabulously funny interview. You had me in stitches the whole time.
Well, thank you. And yes, thank you.
I'll see you. I don't know where you'll be out tonight, but if you're out and about, you'll probably see me over at Wise Guys at 7:30, and then at 10, I'll go over to Ocha.
Cool. I'll definitely be at Ocha, but yeah, maybe Wise Guys too. I might go see. It's Chad Daniels, right?
What? Yeah, Chad Daniels at 7:30, and our Skippy Sprinkles gets to do a guest spot.
That's awesome. I love Skippy Sprinkles.
Isn't that great?
Yeah, that's cool. So yeah, I'll there's a chance I'll be there too, you know.
Cool.
Check my bank account first, but we'll see.
Okay, well, tell your dad hello and that you've got somebody in the game that loves you to pieces. Tell him I think you're the best thing that I've ever seen.
I will I'll let him know, and then I mean, who knows? He doesn't want to hear it, you know. He's got other stuff going on. I'm not gonna bother him.
I'll tell my brother that you want to beat him up.
Thank God. Yeah, get me into that. I've never been, that'll be a fun first fight. I'll fight your brother. That'll be the one for me.
You beat up a 71-year-old that doesn't know how to read and write.
Well, I fight dirty too. People say that you're not supposed to hit certain areas. Those would be my first ones. You want to go for the weak points, right? I guess that'd be my advantage.
All right. Well, you're hilarious. Thank you so much. Bye, Barry Corcoran.
Bye.
Bye.